AFC Champions League 2022 East has reached the midway point following the conclusion of Match Day 3 on Friday. The action has been, as expected, fast and frenetic, with the 5 East groups seeing their fair share of exciting matches, stunning goals, and surprise results. With the 19 teams to resume their campaign after a short breather, join the AFC.com as we take a look at how the 5 groups stand after 3 match days. There is everything to play for in Group F, with 3 teams in the running for the coveted automatic spot into the round of 16. Daegu FC of Korea Republic lead the standings but are ahead of 2-time champions Urawa Red Diamonds on their head-to-head record. Daegu kicked off their campaign with a resounding 7-0 win over China's PR Shandong Taishan FC. But an out-of-sorts performance against Lion City Sailors of Singapore saw the Korean side suffer a 3-0 defeat to the debutants. Head coach Alexander Gama, however, galvanized his players and they rebounded in style as Zeka's header powered them to a 1-0 win over Urawa Reds on match day 3, with the 2 teams to meet in the reverse fixture on Sunday. Lion City Sailors are also still very much in the mix with 4 points, having bounced back from their opening 4-1 defeat to Urawa Reds to score the historic win over Daegu. The Singapore club, however, were left to rue their match day 3 goalless draw with Shandong Taishan and will need to defeat the China PR side on Sunday if they are to keep the leading 2 Group F teams in sight. Shandong Taishan have, at best, only an outside chance of qualifying, but the young side would have been boosted by their point against Lion City Sailors and will be hungry for more. The race for the top spot in Group G is another close affair, with host club BG Pathum United ahead of Melbourne City FC on goals, with both sides on 7 points. The 2 played to a 1-1 draw in their matchday 1 tie and haven't put a foot wrong since, with BG Pathum United defeating Korea Republic's Jeonnam Dragons 2-0 and United City FC of the Philippines 5-0. Melbourne also avoided slipping up against both teams, cruising to a 3-0 win over United City FC and edging Jeonnam Dragons 2-1. Korea's Jeonnam have much work ahead of them following 2 consecutive defeats, having beaten United City FC 1-0 in their opening match, with Sunday's clash against Melbourne City a must-win if they are to keep their round of 16 hopes alive. United City FC's hopes, meanwhile, are slim at best after 3 consecutive defeats, and the Philippine side must collect full points in their next 3 matches if they are to stay in contention, starting with the rematch with BG Pathum United on Sunday. Group H is shaping up into a 2-horse race for the sole automatic spot into the round of 16, with 2-time champions Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors of Korea Republic sitting 1 point ahead of Japan's Yokohama F. Marinos following the conclusion of 3 match days. Jeonbuk, who started with a goalless draw with Sydney FC, bounced back to edge Yokohama 1-0 in an absorbing matchday 2 encounter, with Stanislav Iljuchenko notching the only goal of the game in the 31st minute. Jeonbuk's defeat of Group H hosts Hwanghan Jialai was even more dramatic, with substitute Moon Seon-min scoring 3 minutes into injury time as the Korean champions claimed a 1-0 win. Yokohama and Sydney met in matchday 3's later match, with both knowing they couldn't afford to drop points, with the Japanese side the eventual winners, thanks to substitute Ryotaro Tsunoda's winner in the 80th minute. The win took Yokohama to 6 points, with the Japanese having defeated Hwanghan Jialai 2-1 on matchday 1. Sydney, who drew 1-1 with Hoang An Gialai, are also very much in the running, while the Vietnamese side, who have impressed in all 3 matches, will be aiming for more points on the board in the reverse fixtures. Johor Darul Ta'zim are well on course for a place in the AFC Champions League round of 16 for the first time, as 3 impressive performances sees them at the top of Group I. The 8-time Malaysian champions, who are hosting the group, cruised to an impressive 5-0 win over China PR's Guangzhou FC, seizing top spot after Kawasaki Frontale and Ulsan Hyundai played to a 1-1 draw in their opener. Even better was to come for Johor Darul Ta'zim on match day 2, as Bergson's 80th minute goal secured them a magnificent 2-1 win over 2-time champions Ulsan Hyundai. Kawasaki Frontale, meanwhile, defeated Guangzhou FC 8-0 to prepare nicely for their match day 3 meeting with Johor Darul Ta'zim. Victory, however, eluded the Japanese champions at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, as Johor Darul Ta'zim showed tremendous defensive grit to force a 0-0 draw. Ulsan Hyundai, meanwhile, bounced back from their defeat to Johor Darul Ta'zim by beating Guangzhou FC 3-0. And with 3 matches remaining, the Korean side will be confident of booking a spot in the round of 16. Vissel Kobe have taken a firm grip with 2 wins in Group J, with the Japanese side impressing in victories over Kitchi SC of Hong Kong and Thailand's Chiang Rai United. With the group reduced to 3 teams following Shanghai FC's withdrawal due to travel restrictions, Kitchi kicked off with a 1-0 win over Chiang Rai. They faced a stern test against Vissel next, but despite holding their own, the Hong Kong champions had to concede to the superiority of the Japanese opponents as they fell to a 2-1 defeat. Vissel, whose domestic form has been extremely erratic, were in top gear against Chiang Rai as they stormed to a 6-0 win to firmly place themselves as the favorites to advance to the round of 16. With everything to play for, the coming days will showcase the best of Asian club football. Do stay updated on the AFC Champions League 2022 through the AFC's digital platforms.